It was a tribal society. And here who have embraced Islam, they are Aus and Khazraj. And there had been enmity between these tribes before. So now he integrated that party. One from the immigrants from Mecca, one from the helpers, we call them Ansar. They helped the Prophet. And they were declared to be brothers. And the Madani brothers, there are examples. He took his Makki brother and said, this is my shop. I will raise a wall in between. Half is yours, half is mine. Go ahead. This is my house. I raise a wall, divide in two. One is yours, one is mine. Even to the extent that one of them took his Muhajir brother, immigrant brother, to his home and said, I have two wives. Till that, this segregation and which I talked about and the wheel of the face, these commandments had not come. They were revealed later on in Surah Al-Nur and Surah Al-Ahzab. He said, you choose one. I can't bear it that I have two wives and you have no family. Choose one. Your choice is first. I will divorce her and then you marry her. This was the integration of that society into one. Third work he did. He concluded Misaq-e-Madina, the Treaty of Medina. It was a treaty for the common defense of Medina with the three tribes of the Jews. So that if people from Mecca attack, we shall defend Medina as one organization. So this three steps. And then he started his active resistance. I told you, what is active resistance? Now you challenge the system somehow or the other. Passive resistance are gone. It was before Hijrah. 6 months, pause. And from the very 7th month, the Prophet started sending groups, guerrillas, challenging the caravans, the lifeline of Quraysh. The caravans going from Mecca to Syria, passing very close from Medina. They threatened it. And so to say, threatened the lifeline of Quraysh of Mecca. These expeditions, in 4 of them, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also participated. And wherever he went, he concluded treaties with the tribes of that area. All these tribes were under the influence of Quraysh. They were accepted as, although there was no formal government in Arabian Peninsula, no state, but Quraysh were the kings of Arabia without any crown. They were the custodians of Kaaba. And in Kaaba were placed all the idols of all the tribes. So all the idols of all the tribes were hostages with Quraysh. If you harm Quraysh, they will throw out your god, your idol from Kaaba. So they enjoyed in Arab Peninsula this hegemony. But now wherever Muhammad went, he concluded a treaty. Whether they become now allies of Muhammad or they said we will remain neutral, Muhammad. Neither we shall help you against Quraysh nor help Quraysh against you. In both cases, the zone of the political influence of Quraysh was diminishing. These two were the steps taken by him to challenge Quraysh. As a result, 1,000 soldiers strong army came out from Mecca. And then the first battle took place at Badr. I have discussed these things in very lengthy details. But I apologize, that book is only in Urdu, not in English. These things I have discussed. Maybe after this round table, Brother Afsar feels that he should translate this book. It's quite a big book, 400 pages, not easy to translate. But maybe, if Allah wills, it will happen. So now the sixth and the final phase of the revolutionary process of Muhammad started. And that was the armed conflict. It resulted in a 6 years long war. And there were battles. Battle of Badr, Battle of Uhud, Battle of the armies. These were the battles. War was continuous. There were ups and downs also. Due to the mistakes of the Muslims, there were some setbacks also. But finally, Quraysh came to a conclusion that we have to have some treaty with Muhammad. 6th year after Hijrah. Treaty of Hudaybiyah. What is it meant? Between Quraysh and Muhammad. Quraysh recognized Muhammad, that he is a power to reckon with. The chief tribe of Arabian Peninsula has accepted and recognized him. Allah called it in Quran when the revelation came, Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina. O Muhammad, we have given you a very clear victory. And please note, it was from this event, after this event, that the Prophet sent letters of invitation to the kings all around Arabian Peninsula. The Emperor of Iran, the Emperor of Rome, Heraclius, of Iran, Khusro Parvez, Macaucus, the Patriarch of Alexandria, Nagus, the Emperor of Ethiopia, etc., etc., etc. Before this, he never sent any letter, never sent any muballigh anywhere. This is the revolutionary struggle. A missionary struggle spreads and spreads and spreads on ground. It doesn't establish any social order, political, socio-economic order. Doesn't establish any state. The missionaries, working for centuries and centuries and centuries, they never established a state. And our Tablighi are now working, going to America, going to Europe, going even to Israel, going to Russia, going to China, South America, going. But not to establish the deen of Allah. Only preaching and preaching and preaching. So I used to say, one is the missionary struggle. That is also a struggle. You have to spend your time and money and everything. And the other is revolutionary.